In this video, we're going to take a look at how you can add collaborators to your site. A collaborator would be someone who would be able to edit your site alongside with you. Now, before we start, I'll be very honest with you. I've created dozens and dozens of sites, and I've never once added another person that would have access to my site, because I'd like to be in charge of the changes that are being made and the content that's being posted. However, for other applications outside of creating a class website, this could be a useful feature, as you can work with coworkers to build a site and reduce the workload. So you're going to find this option right here, this person and plus icon. And what you'll see is, this should look familiar from an earlier video. You'll see the ability to add collaborators. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can add a collaborator. The first is to change the general access. I do not recommend this, but I do want to show you it's a possibility. You could say restricted to anyone with the link. That means that anyone who has the link to your published site can edit it. For obvious reasons, I do not suggest that. So I'm going to remove that and keep it as restricted. What restricted means is that only the people listed above in this area right here are going to be able to edit the site. So how do I get people here? I'm going to add their names or their email addresses in this field. So I'm going to paste in my work email. So one way to practice adding a collaborator, if you're on a personal site, add your work email. And if you're in your work account, add your personal email. This means that no matter where you're logged in, you're going to be able to make changes to your site. You'll make sure that the level of access is editor. The other option is published viewer, but I've already taken care of my published settings. And I always recommend checking this box, because when you do, that person gets an email and is alerted that you're sharing your site with them. And one last thing before you hit send, you go ahead and click on settings. Right now, this option is checked. So this means whoever I give edit access to can update my pages and can publish those changes live, and they can also add new people to my site. I recommend unchecking this box, but if you want to keep it checked and you trust whoever you're adding and you know they're experienced with sites, feel free to leave it checked. Then I'm going to go back, and if I'm happy, I'm going to send that message off. Now, at any point, if you would like to remove an editor, you're going to click on that plus person button again, and you can change the drop-down for editor to remove access. And then that person will no longer be able to edit your site. So that is how you add a collaborator to Google Sites.